America the Beautiful pass, so now I can get into all the parks, and it was another $80. So I've spent so much money today, but not gonna dwell on that because the scenery's great. All right, so made it to Headwaters, checked in, got my key, got my map. Looks like I'm in a pretty good spot. I'm kind of like way in the corner. I'm far away from the showers and the restrooms and everything, but I feel like it'll be isolated from like the rest of the campers. That's kind of cool. And so now I kind of have to navigate over there. He was saying a lot of directions. I didn't really get any of it, so I'm just gonna drive around until it looks right. So I guess I'll see y'all at the cabin. Here we are. All right, welcome to the cabin. It's pretty bare bones, but better than a tent, I guess. It's bigger than it looked in like on the website and stuff. And my dreams of being not next to people are totally not a thing anymore, but it's okay. We back up to a lot of nature, which is cool. And now I just need to unpack. All right, I'm locked up. I got my stuff. We're gonna go see if we can't find this trail to Snake River. And if no trail, maybe we'll just walk down there. I don't think it's too far, but like down this road on Google Maps, looks like there's like a path down there. So we're gonna go check that out, and hopefully that bears fruit. Okay, I'm at the end of the road. It says no through traffic, but I'm not a car, so I'm just gonna keep going. It's basically a road, so feeling confident. I think I just have to go straight, and then like surely I'll see the river, I think. And there's footprints on the path, so I think we're fine. So I've been hiking for like literally 10 minutes, and I've come across the bridge and the parking lot. So definitely the right place. I can't see or hear the river yet, but like it should just be over. See, there's the bridge. So we should be getting really close. Okay, found the river. Boom. I think we're just gonna hike along it for a little bit, because I really have nothing else to do, and I don't want to start a massive hike today. I think that's for tomorrow. The water's crystal clear. Hold on. You see straight to the bottom. Awesome. I wanted to see how cold the water is. Oh, it's ice cold. Absolutely ice cold. Look how beautiful I heard some thunder earlier, and it got dark for a single second, but the sun is back out, and you start to feel it once you start moving. It's like 77 degrees and windy, so it's perfect, but once you start walking a little bit, it's kind of hot. I ran into some people as I was talking to myself, or talking to the camera, I guess. Very awkward, but they were nice. I'm trying to get more down to the water again. This part of the river is really sandy. It's kind of hard to go down. But I can't get over how clear the water is. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna keep following the path. But I got a lot of time to kill, honestly, so I think I'll just walk till I'm tired, if I'm being honest. But I'm sure that'll come pretty soon, honestly. It's been a very long day. I don't know if I mentioned, but this is Snake River, and my campsite is called Headwaters. And this is like, I guess the the sight to see. So this is like super close by, like I barely had to hike, and now I'm just walking down the river because there's a nice little trail. So I haven't gone very far. Like there's the bridge down there, so I haven't gone very far, but there's like some RVs or something up here that I don't really want to run into, so I think I'm just gonna call it here. Got to see the Snake River, pretty cool. But I got other stuff I want to do today. Number one, I'm very hungry. Just gotta cook some dinner, maybe some early dinner, and then I gotta plan what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I kind of want to go check out the bathroom shower situation for tonight, so I know for tomorrow, because I plan on having a pretty early start and a pretty big hike tomorrow, I think. But we'll see. Kind of just going with my gut. I don't really have any plans for what I'm doing any of these days, so just winging it. But for now, I'm headed back. All right, I've been back for a little while now. Got back from Snake River, went and checked out the showers in the bathroom. Seems pretty nice, nicer than I expected for sure. And now I think I'm gonna lay out my sleeping bag and sleeping pad on this mattress here while it's still light outside and everything, and then cook some dinner, and then either go check out the store or just turn in, because I'm thinking early morning tomorrow, so we'll see. Do I even need this? You know, I don't think I actually even need my sleeping pad. We'll try tonight without it, because I've already got this pad here, and it's even thicker than my sleeping pad. So maybe just sleeping bag today. I don't know why I thought that was gonna take so long. It's been a hot second. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. I feel like this one just goes straight in. I feel like the propane one was the complicated one. Okay, I fiddled around a little bit. Turns out you gotta, I just had to remember, there's a little notch, and you have to line it up with this thing so it lays in that notch, and then you can put it in like that, and then you put the fuel lock on and you ignite. Boom. Welcome back, Cooking with Connor. I got the stove working. I've got this massive can of baked potato with cheddar and bacon bits. Hopefully that's good. I don't know, I just kind of grab random things off the shelf in Target. Okay. Put this in. Hopefully it all fits. So all I gotta do now is like stir it. Okay, quick sidebar. You may be thinking like, why are we doing this inside? This feels like an outside activity. And I thought that at first, but then I was like, we have stoves in our house already, and this is literally just a 1-burner stove. So I don't really see any issue there. Is it against the rules? I don't know. I tried and looked, and I didn't see nothing about this. But I'm just gonna be really careful because it'd be really embarrassing if I burned down this little cabin. All right, I think we're about done cooking. It was pretty good. I wish I got more of that now. But, oh well. Well, I ate dinner. It's only 5 o'clock, but I'm exhausted. I had to get up at 2:30 this morning, so it's been a really long day, and so I think I might just put the camera down and lay down for a while. I'm trying to go to sleep too early, but I'm gonna wake up early tomorrow, I think, and do the hike to Cascade Canyon. Okay, so it was in fact an early morning. I woke up at 5:30, but I did not get out of bed till 6. And then I took a shower. It was actually really nice. The water got really hot. Pretty good bathroom setup out here, I reckon. But now I'm driving, an hour and a half to Cascade Canyon's trailhead. And we're gonna see if I'm capable of doing a 9-mile hike. No idea, but who says you have to do all of it? So we're just gonna go and check it out and see how far I can get. So I just stopped on this lookout that I wanted to stop at yesterday, but I passed too quickly because you can see the lake and the mountains and the sunrise. Oh, it's so beautiful. And there's not a soul here with me. The water is like the most perfect blue, and there's a million flowers, and it's the sunrise on the mountains. Picturesque. But I have to get a move on because I'm already later than I wanted to be for getting to this trailhead. And I still have an hour to go. And hopefully there will still be parking when I get there. I'm a little nervous about that though. So we'll see. Okay, basically at the trailhead, I got the last parking spot here, and I had to do like this awkward parallel park on a curve, but I got it. First try, by the way. And so now I'm heading over to go across the lake. Okay, so I've hiked a little bit, like not that much at all, but I'm finally like away from people, like far enough along the trail. And it's really beautiful. It's finally opened up to the lake. I was just following the river. You might still be able to hear it. But the lake is perfectly blue and serene. It's awesome. Now I've got the mountains going towards, looking up. But I'm pretty sure I have to walk around pretty much the whole lake before the real trailhead is. And I know you can take like a ferry across or something, or a boat, some variety, but it's $20 per ticket. And I figured I'll probably just take it on the way out when I'm actually tired. Like, what's the point in skipping the first 2 miles or whatever? So we'll see how I feel about the decision. I feel like I'm in like Switzerland or something. The grass is so green and the water's so blue, and these mountains look crazy big. Okay, so I just passed the actual trailhead for Cascade Canyon, and the boat. I guess you can't really see it behind me, but the boat's back there. And so I'm probably gonna take that on the way out. But now the real hike begins. Even though I've already done 2.5 miles. All right, I found something cool. Look at these rapids. Oh, there they are. You probably can't even hear me speak. They're so loud. I wonder if I can get even better. It's cool though. I'm like right on the edge, and I'd kill myself if I died with a selfie stick in my hand, so we're gonna keep going. Well, I found an even cooler spot with the water, which is probably gonna be the thing I keep saying on this hike. I think it's just gonna keep one-upping itself. It's pretty crazy so far. Also, the elevation gain is kind of killing me. I just walked up like some really steep stairs. My watch says 183 feet I've climbed. And I know that that number at the end of this is supposed to be like 1100, so we'll see if I'm actually capable of that. But still going strong. So I found a spot where there's like nobody. I just passed Inspiration Point, which you can probably actually see behind me. Maybe you can't. It's right there though. And we've climbed 470 feet, so we're about halfway there. It's a little more intense than I thought, but I still think I can do it. We'll see. Supposedly there's way less people hiking to Cascade Canyon after Inspiration Point. A lot of people turn back, which, I mean, you can see why. How could it get better, you know? But we're gonna go see if it does. All right, here's the hiking update. You kind of can't tell because I'm in trees, like in the forest a bit, but I'm in a beautiful valley. I've hiked about, I don't know, for 2.5 hours and 5-ish miles, and I've climbed 800 feet. So probably about nearly the end. We'll see though. Okay, so I'm sitting here because I can feel myself starting to get a blister. So I'm gonna fix that. Okay, I think I'm gonna do my other foot too. It doesn't feel as bad as the other one, but this is like literally day one of many days of hiking. And it would suck to have to deal with blisters later on. So I'm gonna put another piece of moleskin on there. There's that. I got a little bit of this. I don't even know what this is. Some like tape of some kind. Alright, good as new. Back to the hike. Everyone I've passed in the past 20 minutes has passed me again, so that's feels regressive, but whatever. Getting back on our feet. All right, here's the money shot. Oh, it's too bright. I'll have to flip the camera the other way. Said money shot. Awesome. Okay, I made it to Cascade Canyon. The last part was hard. It's like surprise elevation gain of 200 feet or something, but I made it. So now it's lunchtime, I guess. I forgot to pack a lunch though, so I'm just gonna eat whatever snacks I have in my bag and then head back down and take the boat. And it's a good thing I got here when I did, because I was really thinking about turning around. My watch says I've gone 5.82 miles, and this is only supposed to be 4.5 miles away, so there's a little inconsistency there. The final stats were 2 hours and 40 minutes, 715 calories burned, 1,215 feet climbed. So, see you on the boat, I guess. So I realized I didn't really show, like, Cascade Canyon itself. There wasn't much to show though. It's just kind of a plateau up there surrounded by trees, right next to the river again. There it is. But I had my snacks, feeling better, so gonna continue the hike down. Hopefully it's easier going down, but I'm not sure. We'll see. Hopefully the line for the boat ride also isn't too long, because I really don't want to do the other 2.5 miles. Well, I just threw up my lunch, which sucks. I knew it was gonna happen. I always know when I'm gonna throw up. But feeling loads better now. Of course, now I don't know anything in my stomach. But I'm just gonna take the trail real nice and easy now and just take the next however long it takes. Just go real slow, so I don't overwork myself or something like that. I have no idea what the last thing I filmed was, but I couldn't pick up the camera. Hopefully this will be the low point of the trip, day 1. But I ended up hiking almost 13.5 miles, not by choice. I wanted to take the boat back, I really did. I was already dying. I had thrown up. I had no food. I was running out of water. But there was a bear at the dock or some bullshit. So I had to walk an extra 2.5 miles, and there was no shade. And I think I just am a little heat exhausted. And so I finally got to my car, turned the AC way up, sipped on the last of my water, called my parents, and now I'm at the I'm at the Jenny Lake Visitors Center store, I think. Yeah, Visitor Center store. And there was 8,000 people in that tiny store, and they had no Gatorades or electrolyte drinks or anything. So I got 2 things of water and some Trails mix and like a Lara bar and something else that said had protein in it. I don't know. This was one of those damn the expense moments, because I think I spent like $25 on basically like a couple snacks and water. But I feel awful. Like when you come down off of like a really big like adrenaline high and you're like shaky, and I feel like if I close my eyes for too long I'd just fall asleep. But I'm better than I was. And I've got my metal thing of spring water. I know there's a gas station on the way back to my little campsite, and so I'm probably just gonna buy like as many Gatorades as I can hold, I guess. And the goal for tonight will be electrolyte up, hydrate up, and rest. I probably won't leave my little cabin, honestly. Hopefully I can take a nap when I get back too, because that hike took it out of me. I only expected to hike 9 miles, and I hiked way more than that. I didn't need to be doing all that, turns out. So this might be the last thing I recorded the night. I'm absolutely exhausted. I'm totally beat. So last night kind of sucked. Like after I put the camera down, I drove back to camp. I was like feeling okay. And then I threw up again and again and again, and that was terrible. I like couldn't keep anything down. I didn't really eat dinner. But I found some Gatorades in a can, and I drank a couple of those. But once I fell asleep, smooth sailing. I didn't wake up but a couple times in the night, and I went right back to sleep. So I'm feeling okay today. Like a little lightheaded, a little weak feeling, but nothing crazy, nothing like yesterday. Yesterday was terrible. But I just went and had breakfast at the lodge here. I figured I deserved a hearty breakfast of real food, not something in a can. So I got some biscuits and gravy, and it was delicious. And I'm checked out now. And so the drive to my campsite in Yellowstone is only like 30 or maybe it's 40 minutes away. But I can't check in till 1 p.m. I think, and it's 10 a.m. right now, so I might just go drive around Yellowstone and park where there's spaces and see cool things. We're gonna take it easy today because I'm scared of what happened yesterday. I guess I had some heat exhaustion and altitude sickness. That's the going theory. So bad mix. So we're gonna take it easy today. I'm just gonna drive over and maybe see a geyser and, you know, those cool pools that are like rainbow. I don't know what they're called, but we're gonna go see them. So see you there, I guess. All right, so I made it to Yellowstone. I didn't record much because I was just trying to make sure I was still, you know, good and everything. And also, it hasn't been that exciting. I was just like at the visitor center and stuff, and I got a little something to eat. I just happened to see Old Faithful go off when I was in there. There was like a million people outside, and I was in the visitor center, and they have these like big glass windows, I guess, and and I saw it go off, and that was kind of cool. And the ranger said it was kind of a smaller eruption than normal. But now it is 2 p.m. and before I go like check into my campsite, I'm gonna see if I can get a parking spot here. Where am I? Midway Geyser, something like that. And should be cool. I kind of saw some of it driving past, and it looks pretty neat. So I'll pick up the camera again if I ever get a parking spot. I'm in a huge long line of cars right now, so see you then. I made it to the campsite. I'm in, where am I? Grant Village Campgrounds, I think is what it's called. And I checked in. It took me a second to find the check-in place, but I did, and then also took me a second to find my actual campground. But here I am, 129. So I've got this little spot here, a fire pit and a picnic table and a parking spot. So I guess I'll set up my tent like there or something. After that, I'm probably just gonna go get some water because I'm out. Head up to the general store. I'm sure there's a water filling thing or something. And then turn in for the night, I guess. I don't know. Okay, I've only set up this tent once, but I've got a good feeling that it's gonna go smoothly, so we'll see. I've only ever set up this tent once, so here we go. He fell over. All right, tent is set up. Sorry you guys didn't get to see the full building of the tent, but the tripod kept falling over and I couldn't be bothered to deal with that. But tent went up. It was pretty easy. I just kind of had to remind myself a little bit. And so now I'm gonna put my sleeping bag and my sleeping pad up in there. Alright, now I'm gonna put my duffel with all my clothes in there so I don't have to get it out later or in the night or whatever. Alright, so we did that. I think now I'm gonna go find the general store and get water. Yeah. But Connor's camp, woo. So I went in the general store and I realized I'm a moron because I already have a gallon of water just in my back trunk. I just totally forgot about it until I was in the store. So possibly a wasted trip. I guess not though, because I got to see the inside and see what it was all about. It's pretty big. This one's a lot bigger than the one at my last campsite. They have a lot more things, so that's kind of nice, including liquid IV. I'm gonna make sure I stock up before I leave, just in case I have another altitude episode or something. But I guess now I'm just gonna go back to my campsite and kind of, I guess, just chill out for a while. It's already 4:40, so it's not like I want to do any hikes or go anywhere, even though the sunset's pretty late. It's like 9 p.m. sunset, but I don't want to get caught in the dark, especially because I still want to make some dinner and I don't want to rush myself. All right, so I'm back at the campsite and got my cooking set up, and I've got this like dehydrated mac and cheese, I guess. I don't think I'm gonna record cooking it because it seems like it kind of takes a long time and it's not very interesting. You basically just pour the boiling water in the packet and reseal it and wait. So I'll spare y'all. After that, I might sit in my chair and read my book or watch a movie or explore the campgrounds. Maybe I'll go down to the lake. I don't know. We'll see. But for now, gonna make some dinner. Okay, so I cooked my mac and cheese, but it's all hard and bad, and also it's like really liquidy. It's terrible. So I'm gonna try and just put boiling water in this kind of mac and cheese and see if that works. I'm not sure if that'll work. And if that doesn't work, I'll just make another meal and do it better somehow, but this is plan B. Well, both mac and cheeses were a bust. And then I realized I don't have any trash bags, so I can't throw them away. So I gotta go back to the general store and buy trash bags, because otherwise, because I can't keep it in my tent. I could keep it in my car, but that's kind of like, why bother? It's still light outside. General store's like 2 minutes down the road, so I'm gonna go buy trash bags. Well, I just spent the last hour reading my book, and now I'm just hanging out in my tent. I was sitting outside, but it's getting a little chilly. So I think I'm gonna turn in probably. It's getting dark too, so I think that's it for tonight, or for today. Overall, better than yesterday. Hopefully it doesn't get too cold tonight. I think it's supposed to be about 40 degrees. So I'll probably be real snuggled up in my sleeping bag. I'm gonna put the camera down now and I guess just lay down. All right, day 3 is here. Morning is here. I actually slept really good. It got really cold last night, so I just sealed myself up in my sleeping bag. But I only woke up a couple of times, and it was just because people were like driving by at 4 a.m. For what reason, I don't know. Stupid, but I slept pretty good. I feel back to normal, totally fine. But today's plan is go to West Thumb. And then maybe, I can't remember what it was called. It's like Norris Geyser Basin maybe. I don't know, I'm sure I'll tell you all later. Now, off to West Thumb, which is like literally right down the road. It's like 9 minutes away or something, so see you all there. Hopefully it's cool. Here I am, walking on the little boardwalk, going through all these geysers at West Thumb. There's no one here, hardly. I got a great parking spot, and it's real quiet. I haven't seen anything too crazy. There's a lot of steam. Oh, here we go. That's what I came to see. That was the Bluebell pool. Very cool. Very pretty. So I'm still just walking, and I've come to a clearing, and you can see the whole lake, and it's massive. My heart says, I was gonna say it's the biggest high altitude lake, but I think that's a lie. I think that's somewhere else in this park, but maybe it's this one. I don't know. I'm sure I'll fact check this later. So I'm gonna flip the camera again so y'all can see, because it's awesome. Almost fell off. But the best part about being here right now is that there's no one, and I am alone on this boardwalk. That's awesome. This one's cool. You can like see the water bubbling up out of it. It's kind of crazy. There's a little bit of steam coming off. I'm not sure if you can tell with all the shadows, but it's not a pretty color like the other ones. So we're gonna keep going. This is Lakeside Spring. So pretty. It's also kind of interesting that there's like no trees or really like any plant life where these like pools and geysers are. It's just like this rock. It's like really abrupt. It's kind of interesting. some people finally, and they're going slow, so I'm kind of just meandering in this one spot, waiting for them to move along a little bit. But the smell right here, especially like where the water is running, oh, it's awful. It's like really sulfury. And if you get in the steam, that's probably where it's the worst, honestly. In the steam. Also, wait, repping the Yellowstone merch now. I figured I wanted to buy a sweatshirt anyway, but also I was like, it's been kind of cold at night and I've been wearing my Purdue one a lot, so I'm not planning on doing laundry, so I figured I probably should just get one anyway. This one's my favorite that I've seen. It's just like a little island, and I don't know if you can hear it. It's like bubbling. Like you can't really see into it, but you can see the steam coming off of it. So I guess it's like one of those mud ones, and it's like formed this island or something. I don't know. There's no sign or anything. It just says fishing cone. So that's the fishing cone, I guess. It appears there used to be a sign here, but no telling what it said. This is Big Cone. And I guess this is kind of what that other one looks like up close. Like if you could see into it better. It's actually really hot standing in the steam. This is the black pool. I don't know how well y'all can see it. Y'all are getting steamed though. I think that Chinese man is laughing at me. But that's okay. Yeah, like I said, I don't know why it's called the black pool. It's the most beautiful color of blue you've ever seen. I think that's it. I think I made the whole loop in like, I don't know, 30 minutes or something. But it was cool. I didn't really see any of the like mud ones. Like I saw, oh, here's like a dried up one. It's kind of cool. I wanted to see the mud ones, like up close. Are they mud pots maybe? I don't remember what they're called. But that's what I really wanted to see because I feel like I've never seen those before. Come to a fork in the road. I'm gonna go this way. Maybe there is more to see after all. So here's a sign for them geyser. I guess it's just this one in front. There's kind of a lot of them around here. Like, I don't know. It looks less like a geyser than the other geysers I've seen, but you know, what do I know? Here's another really pretty one. There aren't so many of these. A lot of them are just kind of like a gray color, like mud. Like this one, kind of. I know, bad example, that one's also pretty. Actually, all the ones over here are really pretty. Ignore me. Alright, behold. This is one of those gray ones I was talking about. Like there's one, two right there. They don't have much left in color. Okay, so you know how I was saying I wanted to see the mud pots or springs or whatever they're called. I can't remember. And I was like, oh, there's all these gray ones. Those are the mud ones. I'm just actually stupid. I couldn't put two and two together. But here they are. I guess I just expected them to be kind of like thicker. Like they don't. It doesn't really look like mud to me. All right. So I did West Thumb, I guess. It looked a lot bigger on the map, but I guess when there's not that many people, you can kind of fly through it. Lots to see though. It was cool. So now, I gotta figure out where I'm going next. I think it was like Norris something. Yeah, Norris Geyser Basin. I know it's like an hour or maybe an hour and a half to the north, but it's only 9 a.m. and I've got time to burn, and I'm still too afraid to do any hiking. I think I'm gonna wait until I get to Glacier to do some proper hiking again. So we're just gonna keep seeing these geological wonders. So there's two roads you can take to get there, and they're about the same like distance, but I've decided to take the scenic route. This one goes like all along the Westham Lake. And so it should be cool. Should get some scenic views. You were just like me. Someone. So I was just driving, and I saw a sign that said Mud Volcano. So now I'm parked at Mud Volcano, because that sounds like exactly what I wanted to see earlier. So maybe I've been lying this whole time, and I just have no idea what the mud pits look like. But Mud Volcano seems very promising on that front. So we're gonna get out and see if this is what, like the pictures that I'd seen online and stuff, and see if this is actually what I wanted to see. So here we go. So the sign back there said the whole loop, see Mud Volcano, is only 2/3 of a mile. So I guess I'm just gonna do it. I feel like I'm capable of that. But it's a little steep, I won't lie. Okay, I've got my answer to like why there's never any trees or plants or anything. It's because the roots get like burned alive, so nothing can grow. Apparently there was an earthquake or several earthquakes, in 1978. And that created all these mud pools, mud pits. I've got to learn the actual name for these. This sign says mud geyser. Is that the same thing as the mud like pits? I don't know. But apparently the earthquakes like reshaped all of this area, and it was just like dense forest, and now it's not. The sign back there said if you start the path over on this side, it's less steep. I think that's a lie. I think that was a sick joke, because it's like so steep. But we're gonna keep trekking on, and I'm gonna keep drinking water. This is more what I imagined. This is the Sizzling Basin. It's cool. And the water runs all the way down to Mud Geyser. Something crazy's happening up here. It's like violently bubbling. I'll turn the camera around when I get a little closer, but it sounds like the ocean. There's like literally waves. It's crazy. Over there is where it's bubbling up. So that was the churning cauldron, which is crazy. Could you imagine like coming up upon that like naturally? Like if I was like a settler in like 1850 and I rolled up in my covered wagon and I saw that thing, I don't even know what I would do. Crazy. Also, there's supposed to be wildlife out here. I've literally not seen any wildlife in any of the parks since starting my trip. All right, here's another destination. Sour Lake. It's not the prettiest thing I've ever seen, that's for sure. It's big, I guess. I just saw a bunch of bison. A herd, I guess? I don't know. But I saw a bunch of them just down in the valley, and I would love to have pulled over, but there was all the spots were taken, like everything, even though spots that weren't even really spots. So that's kind of sad. So I didn't get any footage of it, but just believe me, they were there, they existed, they were cool. There were even some baby ones. It was awesome. So now I can say I've seen some wildlife. Woo. I literally just put down the camera and I've come into like a bunch of traffic and like this huge parking lot and like a million people, and I have no idea what they're looking at. Like I'm staring, like they're all up on this hill right here. I'll turn my camera on maybe in a minute. And I'm staring at what I think they're staring at and I see nothing. I would just think it's like wildlife or something, but I don't know, I don't see anything. But there's people up here with like massive cameras and stuff. I have no idea what's happening. All right, I didn't stop or get any footage because once I passed the hill, you really couldn't see all the people up there. My best guess is it's just a beautiful view of the Yellowstone River and these rolling hills that don't have any trees on them. It's really pretty, but just a lot of people up there. It was very surprising. So that's the theory, but maybe there was some bison or something down there. I don't know. Here's a bison on camera and everything. He's way closer in person. Like, he looks farther away on camera, but like, I can see him. He's right there. And now we have to be totally stopped because I guess he's gonna cross the road. He's coming right up to the road. He's just gonna cross. All these people are right there. He doesn't have a care in the world. He's gonna stop on the road now. Not a care in the world. But there's all these people in cars right here. Guess he's used to it. I'm parked in the parking lot for Norris Geyser Basin now. It took a while to park. Oh, really not that long. People are, like, it's pretty in and out. Like, a lot of people leaving, a lot of people coming in, so it's actually got a good flow to it, but you do have to wait in line for a little bit. But now I'm gonna get out and see whatever there is to see. All right, here I am in Norris Geyser Basin. It's super cool. You see the mountains in the background and all the pools. It's super pretty. This is Crackling Lake. You probably can't tell. You can definitely hear it though, but like right in this area, there's like a bunch of little geysers, I guess, where the water bubbles up and makes that noise. This is super pretty. I like this. All this water flowing. This place is super cool. There's like too much to film. Like, I don't even, like, they're everywhere. It's crazy. I keep saying that, but it's true. I'm a real big fan of this green water here. It's cool. This thing is just absolutely like pouring out steam. It's crazy. I haven't seen anything like this in the park yet. Up here's super cool. Looks like a different planet. I'm all in my lonesome on this path. Hopefully it's going to the place I want, which is the museum up here for park rangers, I guess. About to come up on one of these mud pits again. Mud geysers. Neat. Now I'm back in my car. I just did the small loop. I feel like I saw a lot of things anyway. I don't feel like I needed to do the big loop. And now I'm hungry. It's about noon. I'm pretty sure I saw a general store like right around here somewhere. Maybe the last four-way stop. I can't quite remember. I have no service, so I've got my handy dandy map. I'm just gonna read that and figure out someplace to go eat, or maybe I'll head back to camp and make food, but it's kind of far. I'm not sure yet, so we'll see. We'll consult the map first and see what looks like a good plan. Man, I tell you what, I got there in the nick of time because they closed off the parking lot as I was leaving, and it was like one in, one out, and the four-way stop was a mess, and all the parking spots, even the overflow spots were filled. And I had an amazing parking spot. I've really had no problems with parking, but I guess that's just the case when you get to everywhere like really early in the morning. So probably gonna continue to do that, I guess, because I can't believe how busy it got. All right, just ate some lunch at like a little restaurant here in the general store. It was one of those where like you sit next to everybody, like everybody's on the bar and it like zigzags kind of, or like curls around. I don't know how to explain it. But I ended up sitting next to, well, scratch that. My entire like section was just Chinese people, like from China. They only spoke Chinese. And I'm pretty sure for the second time today, I was made fun of by Chinese people, but that's okay. We love Chinese people. And now I guess I'm gonna go back to my campsite, unless something along the way seems cool or anything like that. It's about 1 p.m. so by the time I get back to my campsite, it'll probably be like 2:30. So I don't know, it might just be a chill, relaxing day. We'll see. The bison that I was talking about that I wanted to film like on the way here, but there were no spots. They're still here in the exact same spot. So I'm gonna go take a look. My campsite is right near Yellowstone Lake, or like the part of it's that is the thumb. I don't know if it's named differently, but it's connected. And I was thinking about going to see if I could, you know, dip my feet in or maybe even swim, but as I'm getting closer, it's cold. I looked it up and the water temperature seems to be like normal. It was like 77 degrees or something. So it's not cold, but I don't think I'll be getting in the winds too much right now. But we're still gonna walk down there and see what's up. Maybe still put our feet in. This isn't looking very promising. There's like a barrier, like, but here, wait, between like, see that? And then over here, there's a wall on it. I don't want to be in this water, standing. And then over here, it's all like bulkhead. So maybe you can't get down to the lake? I don't know. I just wanted to see the beach and the lake, but this is what I've got. Can't even get down there if I wanted to. I'm gonna double back and see what else there is to walk along. Or maybe you should have to go through the woods. I don't know. We'll see. See, this kind of looks promising. So I was just walking down this sidewalk. We're gonna see if this takes us anywhere. Feels like it's been walked on a lot, so feels promising. Oh, that was easy. I'm walking along the beach now. Let's see if it's cold. I know it's gonna be. It's so much colder down here than it is at the campsite. Oh, it's ice cold. I don't think that's the move for today. So I'm coming back up from the lake. I just sat on a rock and read for a little bit. But it's 3:40 and I'm tired. I kind of think I might lay down or take a nap or something. And then dinner. And then check out in the morning. So, slow evening, I guess. There was too much wind, so I had to break out this number. Now it seems to be actually getting to a boil, so that's good. And it's ramen night, I guess. I'm a little scared of those the packets I made like last night. So I'm gonna avoid those till Glacier, I guess. Till I have to. There it is. All right, day 4. I packed up camp. That's where my tent used to be. I didn't record it because I was tired this morning, and also it was probably be boring anyway. I was just struggling to put things in bags. And I also just dropped my toothbrush head into the most disgusting sink. So I gotta go buy a toothbrush, and maybe I'll feel more clean. I don't know. And then gotta start the drive to Glacier. I think I want to hit Mammoth. Is it Mammoth Hot Springs on the way? Seems cool. I know it's way up north at the north entrance of the park, so see that on the way. Get to Glacier. Also kind of want to stop in Bozeman just for fun, but also to pick up like water cheaper and maybe Gatorades and stuff that comes in like plastic, because they don't sell anything that's plastic here. So that's the general plan of the day. Not sure how much I'll film. It's like a 7-hour drive, so it probably won't be too exciting, but we'll see. I'll pull up the camera for anything interesting, I guess. Okay, yesterday I was talking about going to the Ranger Museum, and I thought it was by Norris Geyser Basin, but that wasn't. That was like just a museum of geysers or something. And I just passed the Ranger Museum, and I missed the turnoff. I'm a little, I don't know, I really did kind of want to see the Ranger Museum, because that sounded interesting to me, but I've kind of got a busy day, because I want to, yeah, I think I'm going to have to skip it, or maybe I'll hit it on the way back, depending on how I drive through. But I've got a lot to do today, because I want to see Mammoth, Hot Springs, and then I want to go see Bozeman, and then Helena, and then I got to go set up camp in Glacier, so it's gonna be a busy day. I don't think I've got time to do, just, you know, time to spare really. So I made it to Mammoth Hot Springs, kind of. There's like a whole town here, like a surprising amount of like infrastructure. It looks like it's like built in the style of like a university or something. It's very weird, honestly. But I'm parked in front of the most grand post office you've ever seen. It's very fancy. And I'm like right at the edge of town, because this was the first parking spot I saw. There's a million people here. I'd have to really hike it all the way up there to see it. I have to decide if I hike it up there or I keep driving, and when I come back, like on my way back down to Jackson for my flight out of here, if I stop and see this, which I'm sort of leaning to. Okay, update. I'm still in front of the post office. I've been looking at things. I think I'm gonna do Mammoth Hot Springs on the way back. There's a lot more here than I thought there was, so I don't really want to be rushed. I kind of want to like look around the town and everything. It's pretty cool looking, and plus I want to see the hot springs. And I'm kind of short on time today, so I think it'll be better if this is like a big stop on the way back, because I won't have any more stops on the way back. I won't be in a rush to get anywhere. So I think that's the plan. I think I'm gonna keep on driving. I guess next stop is Bozeman. So see you on Bozeman. Okay, the camera angle might be bad for most of this because I'm still kind of on some curvy roads, but I've just descended the mountain from Mammoth Hot Springs down to Gardner, I think is what this town is called. It's actually a pretty big town, but oh my God, I've never been on such windy roads. And I was on the cliff side, so sketchy. I don't know how you're supposed to like not ride your brakes. That's really tricky.
Continue on to US 89.
Yes, sir. But good thing I'm an excellent driver. I made it down in one piece, but I was 10-2, white knuckling.
In half a mile, turn right onto Park Street.
Yeah, I got it. But We did it. Now we're about to, oh, I think we're exiting the park now. Okay, so is this the Montana border? Unknown. But we're about to enter this town. So we just exited the park. Signs over there. Right there, that's the Yellowstone sign. And then this, oh, can't really see that well. It says it's called the Roosevelt Arch. It looks like you can go inside of it. So we're gonna see what that's about. Oh, maybe you can climb to the top, that'd be kind of cool. We'll see. That was disappointing. You just walk through it, like, see? Through the door. Neat. That was way less exciting than I thought it was going to be. So we're gonna get back in the car and keep driving. Speed limit just jumped to 70. I guess because I'm not in the parks or whatever anymore. The fastest I've been driving for like the last several days is 45 miles an hour, so this feels jarring. I feel like I'm like going way too fast on this 2-lane road, but that's the speed limit. And now there's nothing. I'm out of that cute little town. Anyway, I've got, how long do I have? About an hour till Bozeman, so I guess I keep saying it, but I'll see y'all in Bozeman. I just saw a sign for Paradise Valley. So that's kind of cool. I guess it's over to the right here. I'll flip my camera and y'all can see. I think it's somewhere over there. Maybe we're in it. I don't really know, but you had to turn right to go to Paradise Valley. So it's somewhere over there. I'm assuming you don't have to go over the mountains. So looks like paradise to me though. So I got 23 miles left to Bozeman, but I just drove through Livingston. And it seemed like a small little town, but like very gentrified. Everything was very nice. Everything looked brand new, like the town popped up 2 years ago or something. So it seemed nice. And now I'm on a proper highway and the speed limit's 80. And now I really feel like I'm flying. Next up is Bozeman, probably some lunch, and then off to Helena. So I've made it to Bozeman. It's super bougie. It reminds me of Carmel a lot, but maybe nicer. There's also 8 million people here. Everybody is here because the Sweet Pea Festival is happening today. So there's not a single parking spot anywhere. And it's so crowded. I guess it's like the busiest time of the year or something. I'm just gonna keep driving until I guess I find a parking spot, and then I'm gonna do a little bit of research and figure out, you know, lunch and, or, you know, if there's anything to see and what to do next. So like I was saying earlier, Bozeman is like super busy today, which kind of sucks because I was kind of hoping to like walk down Main Street a little and see it a bit, but it's so busy and I can't park anywhere near there, and I don't really want to like keep circling or anything. Right now I'm parked at the high school just because it was the only place I could find parking spots, but it's nowhere near the festival or anything, or Main Street or any of the historic stuff. I guess it wasn't meant to be. I guess I'll just drive around Bozeman and, you know, kind of explore it that way, which is cool too. So we're out a little ways from downtown now, and it looks a little more like a normal town. Still bougie and high-end, I think, but more normal. And I kind of wish I had recorded downtown more, but I was stressed out driving through with all the people and all the cars and everything. So sorry y'all don't get to see that. You just get to see me driving through the outskirts. Okay, y'all possibly have to fact check me because I looked this up at the red light, but I just passed a factory with the Gibson logo, like Gibson guitars, and apparently they're made here, which I didn't realize. I've been to, I thought I had been to a Gibson factory in like Memphis maybe. So I don't know. I'm a little confused. Maybe they make them in both places. That would make a lot of sense, I feel like, but still, interesting fun fact, I guess. So I recorded a little bit of it, but I'm not sure if it comes across like how fast it is on camera, but right now I'm just driving along and both sides of the road, it's just wheat fields as far as you can see, like up to the mountains. And it's pretty crazy. It's just like, it's literally just wheat all the way. It almost looks like a desert or something, like sand. It's crazy. All right, I'm in Helena. I've got a couple tasks. I gotta go to the grocery store, get more water. I saw they had a Walmart, so I'll probably just go there because that'll be super easy. Actually, I think there's a Safeway over here. Maybe I'll do that instead. I think it's closer. And then I'm parked by the Capitol, so I'm gonna go check that out. Just like, you know, to say I did that. And then I gotta get gas. That's the other thing. That's the last thing. So let's go check out the Capitol because I'm parked right out front. No one else is here, but I guess it is Sunday, so I guess that makes sense. All right, here we go. Here we are. Cool. So something kind of neat about the state capitol is that it's just like neighborhoods surrounding it. It feels very modest or humble, I don't know. Also, the Capitol itself is not very big. I mean, compared to Texas, I guess. But look, there's just houses. It feels like someone just plopped this into a neighborhood. It's cool. So my selfie stick was kind of on the fritz, but I turned it off and on again and repaired it. Now it seems to be working normally. Trying to decide if I should go into the CVS and buy a little screwdriver and then take it apart and figure out what battery it is and then go back into the CVS and buy that battery. I don't know. Seems to be working now. Maybe I just roll with that. But regardless, went into the Safeway, got some water, got some Gator lights. So no electrolyte problems, hopefully. And got a thing of ramen. Oh, and some canned pears, because I feel like I wanted some fruit. I wanted something sweet. I like Helena so far. It's quiet, but it's not too small. Everyone seems really nice. Too many people said hi to me in the Safeway. That was kind of weird. But friendly people, I guess. Selfie stick seems to be working. I might skip the CVS and just hit the road, because I'm set to get there at like 7 p.m. I think. So I want to give myself just, you know, still give myself some time. Play with the hands of uncertainty. Alright, here's the campsite. It's real muddy because it rained all day yesterday. But I gotta set up my tent really quick because it's gonna rain in less than an hour, so I'm not gonna record any of that, I don't think. But I think I'm gonna put my tent like right here where it's like mostly dry. When I tell y'all I got all my stuff in my tent in the nick of time, like just started raining and it's been like really thundering. The weather says it's only supposed to last an hour, but and hopefully that's true. But I'm nervous. Never been in the rain with my tent, so hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully everything stays dry. I'm about to set up all my sleeping things. I guess I'll update y'all if I'm soaking wet later. All right, I survived the night. Didn't actually rain that hard, so that was good. Everything stayed dry. Campsite was a big pain in the butt to put up because the ground is muddy and rocky at the same time. So my stakes go in about an inch and then hit like boulders. So I kept having to move my tent around before I could actually find spots where my stakes could kind of go in. So it's not perfect, but I don't think it's gonna like blow away or anything, so I think we're fine. And today we're doing, I think it's Hidden Lake Overview hike. It says it's a moderate hike. I think it's 2.5 miles. It says it takes about 2 hours. I think it's 40 minutes away, so nothing too crazy like last hike, but it looks beautiful, should be cool. And I've packed liquid IV and Gatorade and water, so I don't plan on throwing up. And with that, let's start the drive. So I'm currently on the Going to the Sun Road, which is something that Lord, he's way in my lane, which is something that I really wanted to do, but you can only go through one side, the east side, which is the side I'm on, if you don't have a reservation, and then it would be a big pain to come back. So I think it's gonna be one of the last things I do, if not the last thing I do, but I'm on it for a little bit. Not like the super scenic part though, where where you have to go through the checkpoint, but I get to drive along it for a little bit here. I'm going through a tunnel. Cool. Wow. Cool. Big fan of the tunnel. So I got up there, and I looked at the parking lot on Google Maps last night, and I was like, wow, so much bigger than Yellowstone's parking lots and Teton's parking lots. But it was absolutely filled. I got a little bit of a late start, but it was only 9 a.m. and it was like gridlock, people looking for spots. So, I went around for 20 minutes. I never saw anyone leave. So now I'm descending the mountain, and I don't know, I'm just gonna wing it. I guess first sign for hiking. I know I saw some on the way up, so maybe I'll just do that. But I'm a little shocked by how busy it is. Every turnout is fully parked. It's just crazy. I don't know why. I guess it's just peak season, because now it's August and everything. And this park isn't terribly big like Teton. Yellowstone is huge, so I guess people get to space out a little bit, but here there's only so much to do, ? I don't know. So I'll pick up the camera when I have a new plan, I guess. So I've sat here for a long time trying to find a trail that isn't 15 miles, and I think there's one over by Mini Glacier, which means I have to exit the park and go in through a different entrance. But it's only 40 minutes away. It's 10 a.m. and that's just the best I can find. And there will be parking there because there's a huge lodge by the lake. So I guess we're gonna try that, and then maybe try what I was trying tomorrow, but way earlier. So we'll see how that goes. I'm getting a little frustrated with Glacier. I tried to enter through the Mini Glacier entrance, but you can't go in unless you have a reservation at the lodge, because that's the only place to park because they're doing so much construction. And so she was like, oh, well, if you have a hiker shuttle reservation, which you have to get the night before, which I don't have, so I have to turn around now. So basically I've just been driving around for 3 hours doing nothing, because and I guess that's why it's so busy at the other entrance of the park, because no one can get in on this side. I don't know. I'm frustrated and annoyed. I don't know what to do now. I guess I'll just go back that way then. I guess guess I'm gonna drive back to St. Mary, and I don't even know. I don't know. I stopped for 2 reasons. Well, 3. Number 1, I gotta clean up all the stuff that fell out of my backpack when I had to slam on my brakes earlier, because it's all on my floorboard now, and it's like rattling around and it's making me nutty. Also, I gotta get the tension out of my shoulders. I feel like a gremlin or a ghoul or something horrible. Oh, my shoulders hurt. It's very tense driving. And also, I stopped because there's a cool river right here. So we're gonna go check that out. All right. Beautiful. Wow. The river's so pretty. I don't know why no one stopped here. This area is nice. We're not on the side of a cliff anymore, I guess. People aren't interested in stopping unless it's on the side of a cliff. So I'm at like the trailhead for Avalanche Lake, I want to say, and absolute madhouse. I'm letting the park rangers go by. They're ticketing people because it's so crazy that people are just parking on the road. So like people can't get past on these narrow roads. So they're just ticketing people and stuff. So for the second time today, I found a pullout that has a spot that isn't just, you know, staring at the forest. You know, you can actually see something. And it looks like there's a lake down there. So I think we're gonna go down and see if we can get to the beach and see what's cool down there. Got this whole part of the lake to myself. Super pretty. It was good. I really needed a win. So I accidentally started driving before giving the update. I made it to the west entrance. I mean, every trailhead was crazy. There's just nowhere to park anywhere on for any of the trailheads on the Going to the Sun Road, which is like the main road through the park. So it's annoying. But I really only have one more full day in Glacier, so it doesn't really make a lot of sense for me to like change plans and try and do something else, and it's probably more work than it would be worth. So the plan is wake up at the butt crack of dawn tomorrow, go do that damn hike that I wanted to do today before anyone else is even there, and then that's all I do tomorrow probably, because by the time I'm done with it, it'll be slammed again. And so right now I'm going back to my campsite on the outside of the park because I can't go back through the Going to the Sun Road without waiting, and I don't really want to wait because then there's just going to be a big long line of cars anyway who also waited for the 3 p.m. Time. So I'm just going to drive back and hang out at my campsite for the rest of the day. I mean, by the time I get back, I feel like it'll be like 4:30. I don't really know. My maps aren't working, so I'm just following the signs to East Glacier. And then from there, I'm going to follow the signs to St. Mary, and then hopefully I'll get cell service before I need actual details to get to my campsite. So, you know, hopefully. So I grabbed the piano player and I punched him in the face. Piano player's out. So I've been driving through the Blackfeet Reservation, which I drove through to get in last time, but it was darker then. And it's it's so depressing. It feels like all of these people are living in poverty. It's so depressing. Kind of makes you think. I might go and check out, I passed a Plains Indian Museum. It looked a little dilapidated. I'm not sure if it's still open, but that might be something interesting to do tomorrow after my hike, if I have time. Or maybe also hit the Indian trading post. I don't know. I feel like I've never really spent that much time on a reservation before, so it might be interesting to see kind of what it's like. But for now, still driving to the campsite. I got about 35 minutes until I get there. It's raining a little. It's like a little sun shower or something. And then I'll probably get a little something to eat. And then, I don't know, read a book, watch a movie, hang out. That's the plan. Alright, the sun is coming up a little bit. It's definitely lighter outside, thank God. But, so now you can kind of see. I was pulling up and the little sign said full, and I was gonna crash out. But I think that's just left over from yesterday. So I don't think anyone's manning like the visitor center, the welcome center, whatever this is. Because I found a spot, there are a few spots left to be had, but it's filling up quick. There are a lot of people here already. Like there's only a handful of spots really. So like got here just in the nick of time. So I went up to go use the bathroom and to like brush my teeth and everything, but they didn't have sinks. And it's not like they had plumbing, but they didn't have sinks. I'd never been in a bathroom like that. I thought that was very strange. Anyway, so I gotta brush my teeth the hard way, it looks like. So I guess I'll do that now. I think we're good. I think I'm all packed up and ready. It is now 6:45. Parking lot is full. Everyone's already circling. Crazy. I guess I'm ready to start the hike. It's very cloudy. I think it's supposed to rain till like 7:15. It's barely raining though. It's like barely sprinkling now. So I think I may try my luck and go ahead and start. So, see ya up on the trail. Okay, see, this is what I was talking about when I was talking about clouds. Like, that looks like fog to me. That is a cloud, though. So I'm back in my car. I was literally barely started the trail, barely on the trail, and it started like really raining. And I would have just continued because it just feels like we're in a cloud or something, and I feel like it'll pass quickly. But I'm so cold, and I didn't have the foresight to bring my long underwear or like beanie or anything, and I'm wearing shorts, and no one else is wearing shorts. But I do have my jeans, I'm pretty sure, in here somewhere, so I'll probably stick those back on, and then when it stops raining, try again. It's only 7 a.m. after all, so I've got time. Alright, so now it's 7:40. The rain has been stopped for a while, but I'm very much in the cloud. Like, visibility is 0, which kind of sucks for a hike. It's still 48 degrees, but I got my jeans on now, so I'm not sure if I should keep waiting and hope that, you know, it warms up a little bit, or the sun comes out, or if I should just go. Because I'll be hiking for a couple hours anyway, and then it'll eventually, maybe the conditions will improve, but I'm not sure. So I think I'm gonna keep waiting for a little bit and see if anything improves. So I had a stroke of genius. I forgot, or well, now I remembered that I can use my little Garmin to show or to tell me the weather forecast when I have no service, because it's like, I guess the best way to think of it is like a sat phone kind of, but it also tells you the weather, and you know, it allows you to text and stuff. It's cool. It says that it's only gonna get up to like 56 degrees, and the sun comes out at noon, and then it gets cloudy again. So I think this is about as good as it's gonna get. So I think I'm just gonna go. I've gotta get my belt out of the back, otherwise my pants are gonna fall down, and then I can head out, I think. All right, I'm on the trail. It's actually clearing up a little bit, so that's good. The view is great. There's all these streams and waterfalls, and the wildflowers, there's so many of them, and they're all so vibrant. This is a really, really pretty hike. The elevation gain is kind of killing me, so we're walking real slow. I'm passing over a little stream, well, a bigger one. It's got a cool waterfall. And then the view over there is crazy. And that's just a cloud. Wonder if it'll, yeah. Well, I don't know how far I made it. Not all the way. I think I've got 1.5 miles left to go. But I think this is good enough for me.
Montana's a big state.
And I'm tired, and I don't want to push myself too hard. And this is beautiful enough. I don't think the lake is going to be more beautiful than this lake, so I think I'm going to head down. I'm satisfied. Not sure if I mentioned or not, but I couldn't find my belt, so my pants are just falling down. But, well worth it because it is cold up here. The wind is a lot, but it's beautiful. And I'm glad I went up when I did and not immediately when it was raining and everything was in the clouds. Definitely worth waiting. You can see so far when it's clear. All those mountains in the background. Awesome. Also, I keep having to tap the screen to adjust it. Big fan of this cloud that's just rolling in. I love being on the same level as the clouds. I think that's awesome. It has cleared up to a ridiculous degree. This is the same stream and waterfall I was on earlier. And now, see. I'm in a cloud properly now. Visibility is like nothing again. Crazy. I forgot to record, but I've been seeing the sign like it's right at the entrance before you enter the park for the 1913 historic ranger station. I thought I could see it from the road, but you can't, so that's the start of the trail. So I haven't made it very far, but I think it's right up here. I think I can see the roof line. So we're gonna check that out. I think it'll be cool. Oh, I was right. This is it. There's a barn and a house. I think this is the house. And so there was, like, one was used as a house, and then one was used as an office, and then later, like, sleeping quarters, it said, for other rangers. It also said there's the barn. Whoa, it looks very stripey on camera. I put away the camera really quick because a park ranger was like approaching me, but he was just saying hi. Anyway, it said that the barn, at least, was rebuilt in 1976. Like, it was torn down, put somewhere else, and then rebuilt here, I think. I was a little confused. I think the house has always been there, though. Like, I don't think it's moved or been rebuilt or anything. I can't imagine living like this, though. Back in 1913. It's pretty crazy. But I will say the cabin is bigger than I thought it would be. There's a cellar. You can't go in it, but it said there's a cellar, and then it's 2 stories. I mean, I guess it's an attic, but you could be up there. So that's cool. So, I mean, you wouldn't be too cramped. It said the original, like, park ranger and his family lived here in 1913. His wife and 2 boys, so that would have been pretty crazy back in the day. There would have been nothing here. It would have been so remote. All right, we saw the ranger station. Now I'm gonna go and check out the Museum of the Plains Indians. I think it'll be cool. I read some reviews. People said it's like a very, modest museum, but there's still some cool stuff to it. So I'm gonna check that out now. I think it's a 40-minute drive, so I should get there around 11:10ish. So see you there. All right, I'm here. I'm pretty sure there's no, like, filming inside, so sorry you don't get to see inside of the Indian Plains Museum. It looks a little run down, but it says it's open. Reviews say it's kind of cool. So we're gonna trust people, and we're gonna go check it out. So I'll report back with what I think, I guess, at the end. Well, I just finished the Plains Indians Museum. It was very small. I mean, it was basically one room of, here's a plaque of a little history, like, where they've been located, etc. And then, like, clothes and garments and ceremonial wear, and then tools and stuff like that. And then there was another room that had some dioramas of different ceremonies and when they would move their village, and then, like, what a village would look like. And then, I mean, that was pretty much it. They had some people, like, making some crafts in the back. That was about it. So I was kind of in and out. I think took me about 20 minutes. It was interesting, but I wish there was more. I was more interested in, like, the history and, like, I think the conflict between, like, Americans and the Plains Indians. I think that would be more what I was looking for. And this was less of that. So now I'm gonna go get gas, and then I'm probably gonna go back to my campsite, take a shower, and then plan my next day, maybe do a little packing up, and that's what the day's looking like. I made the breakfast skillet, and it actually turned out good somehow. Maybe because there's no pasta in it this time to undercook or overcook or whatever I did wrong last time, but it's pretty good actually. I finally understand the appeal. So that's a little late lunch. It's 1:42, so it's pretty good, especially with a lot of salt and pepper. Welcome to day 6, question mark? I've lost track. It's probably around there. But today's my last day in Glacier and Montana and camping. So I just took a shower. Now I'm gonna go break down the campsite, put it on the back of the car, and start my drive. I was gonna drive to Mammoth Hot Springs, but it adds like 2.5 hours extra having to go through Yellowstone because I've got to get to Teton Village, which is right near Jackson. And maybe my mind will change a little when I'm on the road. I got a lot of time to decide. But right now, it doesn't really sound worth it to me. So we may just take it straight to Teton Village, stop in Helena along the way for gas and stuff, but I think that might be the plan, but we'll see. So for now, I gotta go break down campsite. Well, I'm all checked out. I asked the lady about what to do with my extra butane, and she was like, my manager will be here at 10. I was like, awesome. I don't have time for that. So I'm taking it with me. I was reading online that there's like, designated spots for disposal, but I feel like I'll have better luck finding some of those in like Jackson or Teton Village than out in the middle of nowhere here. I've got to stop in Helena at 12:30. Probably do lunch, gas, and then hit the road to Teton Village. But yeah, it's a shame. I was gonna try and pawn off like a lot of my stuff today to the people near me, but like literally everyone left this morning. Like literally everyone. I was alone when I woke up, which explains a lot because a lot of alarms went off at like 4:30 in the morning, and they just kept going, which should be illegal. You know what? I'm actually gonna rant about this. If your alarm goes off and you're in a tent and other people are camping near you, you have to turn it off. You can't just let it sit there. Oh my God. The alarms just kept going off. People would snooze them and then they would let them just ring and ring and ring forever. Drove me crazy this morning. So that's my 2 cents about that. I feel like I haven't recorded anything all day, but nothing exciting has happened. I stopped in Helena for 1 second, got gas, got McDonald's, and then I've just been on the road since then because it's just such a long drive. But I just entered Idaho. I didn't even realize I was gonna go through Idaho, but that's kind of fun and interesting, I guess. I thought that might be worth picking up the camera for. Anyway, it's now 3 p.m. I will arrive at 5:30, it says. So, only 2.5 more hours. Thank God. I'm getting a little tired of driving. Excited to get to Teton Village finally. So, that's the update in Idaho. So, I'm driving in the Idaho countryside. Just fields both sides and then mountains in front of me. Because I'm having to go around the Tetons here to get into the valley where Teton Village is, but oh my God, I'm having to drive like up and down these hills, and it's like making me motion sick, man. And I'm so over it. I'm ready to not be driving up and down hills because I don't know how much longer I can keep doing this for. It's driving me crazy. All right, team, I made it to Teton Village. I'm in And then I'm in my room, I'm checked in. I found parking. I'm gonna have to go find different parking though. It's 1 hour from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. so, and I don't really want to wake up at 7 a.m. tomorrow to move my car, so I'm probably gonna move it later tonight. But room seems nice. The place looks really rough on the outside, but inside's pretty nice. So, see? Glad we made it. I plan on sleeping really good tonight because I've got an actual bed. I've got a good shower, so that's it. I'm turning in for the night. It is, where's my watch? It's 5:47, so it's pretty late anyway, or it feels late. Tomorrow I fly out of here. I think my flight is at 1 p.m., so not a super big rush. But yeah, that's the room, that's the update. Here I am. All right, it's the morning. I've taken a shower, I've gotten ready. I just went down to my car to kind of take inventory and see what needs to be thrown away, what am I taking with me, etc., etc. I met a lovely elderly couple from Idaho, and I was trying to pawn off my fuel and my bear spray and my water. And they said they weren't camping, but they took my water like for the husband's CPAP machine. And I talked to them for a little bit, and they said that they come up here to ski probably once a year, and apparently this is the best there is. Lots of dry powder, I think he said. I don't know what that means, I've never been skiing, but I smiled and said, I believe you. I'm gonna take the rest of this stuff down, see if I can get everything in my suitcase all squared away, and then maybe I'll go to the Mangy Moose Cafe and see if I can find a meal that's not $35. And then it's 9:40 right now, so I'm gonna try to be out of here by 10:30-ish. A little later wouldn't hurt or anything, but I've gotta check a bag. Yeah, but I can't imagine security or anything being crazy. This isn't like a massive airport, so that's the plan. All right, it's 10:42. Just had some breakfast at the Mangy Moose. I'm leaving a little later than I wanted to, but I don't think it'll matter. Oh, also, the music in the Mangy Moose was so loud, and Creep started playing, and everyone started singing. I have never experienced that in my life. Very strange, very funny. Anyway, I gotta hit the road now. I think it's 40 minutes or 30, 35, something like that to the airport. Gotta turn my car in, check my bag, and then get on my flight. And then that'll be it.